Take me to the king. Since we played a Fall in Love song and the pastor was in here, I thought I'd throw a little gospel song on there just to make sure I segue into this, what we got coming up next, real smooth. We got an event that's coming up on Monday, am I correct? Okay, on Monday, and it is the Black Church and HIV. It is the social justice imperative for pastors and leadership training, and it's going to be going down at the Parkview field in the Lincoln Financial Event Center. In the building with me, I have Pastor Steve Terry from New Life Church of God. How you doing?
Doing well.
I have Ken and Patricia Veazey from Positive Resource Connection, and I have Miss Linda Brooks in here from Healthcare, and Larry Gist. You know, I was going to say your name first, but I was like, I got to get that last name right. Larry Gist, who is president of the NAACP. Thank you all for coming in today. Now, tell us a little bit about this, this event and what kind of brought it to pass.
Well, actually, the NAACP, it's a national movement, and when it comes to this social justice imperative, reaching out to the faith-based community, what the NAACP has done, starting in 2011, is they went through 11 different cities, major cities, New York, Chicago, Baltimore, and they were trying to find out how can they alleviate some of the misconceptions of HIV. The reason why they wanted to do that is in the faith-based community there was limited involvement to really just trying to understand, is this taking us away from our mission to go after several other missions, or is this something that we need to be totally involved in? And it's amazing because as a pastor, I know that my plate gets full, and one of the things that are, for me, it's always going to be education and what are we doing with our children. And when I looked at this initiative, I began to recognize that I'm missing out on some critical education of what's happening in our community. And right in the black church is connected to just about everybody. And so when I begin to see the study that the NAACP has done, as well as some research from what they sent to me, I was more than happy to be a part of the training and awareness on Monday.
Yeah, this is once again, especially when you're speaking of HIV, it's such a taboo topic sometimes that people either don't want to talk about, or people don't get tested because they're scared of what the results results may be. And I think it's really cool that the church is getting involved to be to help people, because I just like any other disease, like you guys are talking about, the earlier you detect something like this, the better off you are. Like Magic Johnson caught his on the first day he got it. It happened that day, and then he caught it that day, like 15 minutes later. Because whatever one he got, I hope I never get it. Lord, please don't let me get it. But if I do, give me whatever Magic got, because that one lasts a pretty long time. And just and since we have our HIV experts in here, can you tell us a little bit maybe what the difference is on what maybe Magic Johnson has than what we would consider to be full-blown AIDS?
Yeah, the difference between, well, there's not really a difference. Essentially, AIDS is simply a diagnosis from a doctor.
Right.
AIDS happens once the HIV has pretty much destroyed the immune system. HIV attacks what are called CD4 cells in the body. These are the cells that help you fight disease, help you fight infection and things like that. Once the immune system has been severely compromised, at that point a doctor would diagnose AIDS. Magic doesn't have any special form of HIV. It doesn't have, a lot of people say, oh, Magic's got the money, Magic can,
cure
for all he's got the cure and all that. This is absolutely not true. I'm sure Magic is doing all right for himself. I'm not worried about the brother missing the meal, but
right.
Essentially he takes his medication, and that's what we try to get across as, the standard now today. A person who is infected with HIV, there is no reason for them to ever develop into the AIDS stage. If they adhere to their medication every day like they should, then there is absolutely no reason that a person that is currently infected with HIV should ever get to the AIDS stage. The way I describe it is a person with AIDS will always have HIV, but there is no reason for a person with HIV to ever have AIDS.
See, that's very interesting to hear and know. Like, I just think that there's so many misconceptions about HIV and AIDS, and we have to continue to do stuff like this. You know what I'm saying? Do events like this to continue to bring awareness and clarity with that particular disease. Now, with this, it's a luncheon. Am I correct?
Yes, it's a luncheon, and actually a luncheon workshop. We believe that a lot of times, some things you have to have some food, and we can bring some people out, but it's going to be at Parkview Field House in the Lincoln Room, but that's going to be on Monday.
And that's going to be from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. There's going to be free parking at the Tin Caps Silver parking lot. And this is also free. This is also free for people to be able to participate. Is there information or a number or somewhere they can call if people want to be more involved, or if people want to, just want to come out and support?
Yes. Actually, I'm Linda Brooks. I'm the health chair for the 3049 branch, and along with Sheila Curry Campbell, who is the assistant health chair person. You can contact us in RSVP at 260-456-5124, or you can send an email to stepuptofitness@frontier.com. Our assistant health chair, she did a great job on preparing the menu for this event and getting the information out to all the African American churches in our community. So I just want to give her a shout out. Thank you, Sheila Curry Campbell.
And so, this is open to the public. Anybody can come out to this event. Are you guys targeting a specific age range, or is it just for anybody that wants to be more educated on HIV and AIDS? They can come out.
The event is mostly to train for the pastors and faith leaders and community leaders, people who have access to large numbers of people where they can actually come in. So mostly pastors and faith leaders. This is training is specifically geared for, because it's training on looking at this issue of HIV and AIDS from a biblical and spiritual perspective. So we would like to have pastors and or faith leaders, first ladies, deacons, and people like that in the church who can actually make sure that the congregation is getting the information that they need.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome, and smart at the same time, because community leaders and people that are speak to master people on a weekly basis, you know what I'm saying, once they become educated about this, it's very easy to convey that message to the people that listen to them each week. I once again just want to thank you guys so much for stopping by. Thank you for even putting on something like this, is to continue to spread the word about HIV and AIDS, because once again, so many people look at HIV and AIDS and think like, oh, I can't get it. Or they think that they can look at a person and diagnose them. Sometimes people are like, oh, they don't look like they got AIDS. Oh, dang, they got AIDS. I ain't even think they ain't even look like what does it look like? You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of times we get into those situations and we make bad decisions off of assumptions. We just assume the person look healthy. Well, they ain't coughed since I done met them, so they might be all right. You know what I'm saying? Which is definitely not the case. Now, will you guys be doing HIV screenings at the event?
Yeah, I will be conducting HIV testing at the event. Essentially what it is a mouth swab. We don't stick you with needles, poke your progeny, anything like that. It takes about 20 minutes to get results. Like I said, it's just a quick oral swab, completely painless.
That's too fast for the results to come back. I ain't gonna lie. I remember the first time I got an AIDS test. I ain't never been so nervous in my life, man. I'm sitting back sweating bullets. I'm thinking of every woman I ever looked at. Like, man, can you get it from looking at somebody? And when they came back with them results, I rejoiced. It was great news. Yeah. But I still think that once again, people, you need to make sure that you continue to get checked up at least on a yearly basis, especially if you are sexually active. If you are not using protection for whatever reason out there, please make sure you get checked up, because you not getting checked up and you got something, you done hooked up with somebody else and then pass it along to them, and the next thing you know what I'm saying, everybody got it, and you don't want to be passing that around to everybody. So get checked up, be aware of what's going on inside your body, and just like they were stating earlier, the earlier you catch something like this, the better. And I just want to commend you guys for putting on this this event and really looking out for the people. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Now, one more time, if people want to get just checked up on a regular basis, now somebody listening right now, you're like, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and get checked. My ear done fell off. I've been coughing all month long. I'm going to go ahead and see what this is. Like, is there a number that they can call, or where can they go and get it tested?
Yes, the Positive Resource Connection, we're located at 525 Oxford. That's on the corner of Oxford and Monroe. We have free walk-in testing on Mondays from 2 to 4:30. Or if you can't make it during that time, give us a call at 744-1144 and make an appointment.
If somebody coming there with a ski mask, they're not trying to rob. They just don't want nobody to know that they're in there getting tested. And it might be me. I ain't talking to nothing. Just going to swab me and say yes or no, and then I'm going to walk out.
As long as we can reach your mouth while you're wearing the ski mask.
There it is. Thank you guys for stopping by. Remember, Monday, February the 15th, 11 to 1 p.m. at the Parkview Field. It's the Lincoln Financial Event Center. The parking is over there in the 10-cap stadium. It is free of charge. We want community leaders. We want pastors. We want everybody to come out and become educated on HIV and AIDS and being able to spread the word to the people. So once again, Larry, Pastor Steve, Ken, Patricia, Linda, thank you guys so much for stopping by.
Thank you.
Keep it like right here. It's B96.9.
I find myself